Sonia Gandhi, Mallikarjun Kharge, and Adhir Chaudhary will not be attending the Ram Mandir consecration on the 22nd of January. I'm Barkhadat, you're with the Mojo story. The Congress in the last few minutes has made this a big announcement, one that is likely to generate an enormous amount of debate. The Congress has argued that religion is a personal matter. Clearly, they have decided that the advantage of this moment, even though it comes from a Supreme Court verdict, will go to the BJP and the Prime Minister. But it's a decision that's likely to expose and further expose the ideological contradictions within the India alliance. To talk about this unfolding political story, let's introduce our guests on the program today. If we can bring them up now, Tavleen Singh, veteran journalist and columnist, is with us. Thank you, Tavleen. Mohan Kumar Mangalam, leader of the Congress Party, is with us. Thank you, Mohan. And Ashwini Shahi, leader of the BJP, is also with us. Mohan, I see that you're in a moving vehicle, and I hope we can get you to a static place soon. But using the metaphor of the car you're in, some might say that if this is the road to 2024, the Congress just took a wrong turn. What is this decision to not attend the consecration? If indeed Kamal Nath, leaders like Kamal Nath said Rajiv Gandhi should get the credit for unlocking the locks first at Ayodhya, today the decision not to attend, do you agree with it?
I'm south of the Vindhyas, so I think most people in my neck of the woods would agree with this decision as I do. And I think the statement says it all. It says religion is something that is private and personal. And if Mr. Kamal Nath, for example, believes that he should go attend, he's welcome to attend. They were called in their capacity of leaders of the Congress party. And as far as the Congress party goes, we don't want to be part of this, what is clearly being used to pursue their political agenda rather than
rather symbolically, that car journey got interrupted there, or the audio on that car journey got interrupted there. But Mohan, yeah, you're back. Those are the
So I'm sorry. I don't know where I got interrupted.
Yeah,
but we didn't take a left turn. I think we were in the same position we were before. If I were to draw an analogy. So like I said, the statement says for itself, but it speaks for itself when it says that religion is a deeply private and personal issue. And since they've been called as representatives of our party, the party should not take a choice. It maybe is a return to Nehruvian secularism when Nehru himself was not happy with Dr. Rajendra Prasad attending the inauguration of the Somnath temple. Maybe a reflection of that. It's a return to that. And I think, largely speaking, that really has been the policy of the party for the longest time. We might have people given that we are a big tent party, we're not hardline to any one ideology, that we might have people who choose to express their line of thought one way or the other. But if you look at a lot of what Mr. Rahul Gandhi said or Mrs. Sonia Gandhi has said about these things, you'd probably put us in more the bucket of Nehruvian secularism than anything else.
The question, Mohan, is, of course, whether the Congress can afford a return to Nehruvian secularism at a time when the mood is clearly quite different, at least in the Hindi-speaking states, as one can tell. As you said, you're the south of the Vindhyas. Let me get other reactions there, and hopefully we'll get you to a more static and stable connection there. Tavleen, do you want to come in with quick responses there?
Yeah, well, for a start, Mohan isn't old enough to remember, but Rajiv Gandhi actually began the campaign, his own campaign in 1989, by laying the foundation stone by consecrating or doing the whatever it is, Bhumi Pujan in Ayodhya. And he made a promise of Ram Rajya from Ayodhya. That was the start of his campaign. So the Congress party seems very confused about where it stands on many issues, but particularly this one could be a mistake in my view, because Ram, for a start, is somehow above religion in this country. And, even Iqbal called him Imam-e-Hindustan. So, we're not talking about any old temple here. This really is a temple that rises above religion almost and has become, at the moment, a sort of a figure of Indian unity. So, I think they've made a mistake.
Yeah, and also Mohan, it's interesting that you talk about Nehruvian secularism when at this moment, right, there is this entire debate going on as to whether the Congress can afford this. Mohan, a quick response, and then I'll go to Ashwini Shahi and Yashwant Deshmukh. Mohan? Okay, Mohan's not on the
I
best
was,
connection.
so Barkha,
Yeah.
I am sorry, I was muted.
No,
I don't know if I agree with Tavleen ji when she says that this is above religion and this is a moment of unity. I think that really is a perception issue here. I mean, with all respect to everyone who worships Lord Ram, it is a great occasion for everyone who worships Lord Ram, and they are welcome to go or not go or go this event or to another event. I don't think it celebrates. I think there might be many other events that might celebrate the country's unity, not one where we are basically consecrating or inaugurating a temple. I don't know where that logic comes from. And as far as whether the Congress can afford to a return to Nehruvian secularism or not, I think it's important for the Congress to stay strong to one ideology and not dither based on what we believe the masses are feeling or want or moving off. There's no point in us being BJP team or practicing what you would
okay, there's no
Hindutva.
point.
We have to stay
Okay,
strong to
Mohan.
what we believe in and follow that path regardless.
Okay, Mohan, I want to pick up that last
Yes,
point.
Barkha.
I'm hoping you can get to a better connection soon, but you said there's no point in us being the BJP's B team. Ashwini Shahi ji, आपका इस पे क्या क्या रुख है? कांग्रेस ने कहा है कि जिस तरह से एक politicization हो रहा है, राम सबके हैं, religion personal matter है, इस पे आप क्या बोलेंगे? आप तो उत्तर प्रदेश में हैं,
बरखा
जहां सारी तैयारियां हो रही है। जी
जी बरखा जी, आज पूरा हिंदुस्तान एक सांस्कृतिक राष्ट्रवाद का उत्सव मना रहा है। प्रभु राम 500 वर्षों की लड़ाई के बाद अपने घर में पधार रहे हैं। ये पूरे हिंदुस्तान के लोगों का हर्षोल्लास का विषय हो सकता है। ये व्यक्तिगत आस्था है कि राम की पूजा कोई करे ना करे, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, और हम अपेक्षा भी नहीं करते हैं कि जहांगीर और फिरोज का खानदान जो है तो नकली हिंदू बनता है और जनेऊ पहनता है कोट पर, वो पूजा करने जाए। उनसे आस्था भी नहीं है। सुब्रमण्यम स्वामी जी ने तो खुला कहा था नौज और सोनिया के नाम पर कि हर फ्राइडे को, हर संडे को उनके घर में जो है पूजा ईसाई धर्म से होती है। किसी ने इस पर कोई वो नहीं, वो कुछ भी करे, वो कुछ भी करे, वो कुछ भी करे, कोई तकलीफ नहीं है। मैं कह रहा हूं कि वो अपने कर रहे हैं अपने धर्म पे, हमको कोई आपत्ति नहीं है। आपने बीच में बोला, मैं ये कहना चाह रहा था कि उन्होंने कहा था, लेकिन मुझे कोई तकलीफ नहीं है। सभी धर्मों का सम्मान होना चाहिए। तभी आज श्रीमती स्मृति ईरानी जी गई हैं मक्का में, सबका साथ, सबका विकास और सबका विश्वास के नारे को परिलक्षित करती हुई वो वहां पर दिखाई दे रही हैं। लेकिन हिंदुस्तान में रहने वाले जो लोग कहते हैं, जो जहांगीर के वंशज हैं, जो फिरोज के वंशज हैं, वो कहते हैं कि मैं ही असली हिंदू हूं। याद कीजिए जम्मू कश्मीर का उनका भाषण, पुष्कर के मेले में दत्तात्रेय गोत्र का कौल ब्राह्मण बताने वाले व्यक्ति। आज उस परिवार से ये अपेक्षा भी नहीं की जा सकती है कि वो राम मंदिर में जाए। और मैं बहुत स्पष्ट कहना चाहता हूं, ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी का कोई समारोह नहीं है बरखा जी। ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी का कोई समारोह नहीं है। ये समारोह है राम मंदिर ट्रस्ट क्षेत्र का, जो है वहां का वो ट्रस्ट का है। और उस ट्रस्ट में जो है हम लोगों को बुलाया गया है, सेवा भाव से जा रहे हैं। जी कुछ कह रही हैं आप?
मैं ये बोल रही हूँ कि आपको अपनी प्रतिक्रिया का पूरा हक है, लेकिन आप एक परिवार के बारे में इसको क्यों बना रहे हैं? Why are you personalizing it about the Gandhi family?
देखिए, कांग्रेस एक परिवार की प्राइवेट लिमिटेड कंपनी है। गांधी परिवार के बगैर कांग्रेस की कल्पना अगर आप कर सकती हैं तो आप कर लीजिए। पूरा हिंदुस्तान नहीं कर सकता है, कोई कांग्रेसी नहीं कर सकता है। गांधी परिवार कांग्रेस की जड़ है, उनकी व्यक्तिगत जागीर है वो। और वहां से लोगों ने, आपने अधीर रंजन चौधरी जी का वो सवाल नहीं पूछा कि ये तो सोनिया जी डिसाइड करेंगी कि हम लोग जाए या जाए। ये तो अधीर रंजन जी 10 दिन पहले बोल चुके हैं। ये तो आप बताइए ना कि तो किसके ऊपर कहा जाए। ये वहां से चाबी घूमती है। गांधी परिवार के बगैर कांग्रेस नहीं है और ना कांग्रेस का कोई नेता है। तो आज वहीं से परमिशन लेकर वो लोग जाएंगे। ये वाकई एकदम सच्चाई है कि व्यक्तिगत प्रश्न है और नहीं होना चाहिए। एक और मोहन जी ने जो कहा कि मैं साउथ से हूं, साउथ के लोग जो है इस फैसले से खुश हैं। तो क्या हिंदुस्तान को कांग्रेस नॉर्थ और साउथ में बांट रही है? ये हिंदुस्तान एक सांस्कृतिक राष्ट्रवाद को जन्म दे रहा है और ये नॉर्थ और साउथ में बांटने में लगे हैं। यही स्थिति है कि आज कांग्रेस जो है खत्म हो रही है। और कांग्रेस, हिंदुस्तान देश की जनता जान रही है, सारे सनातनी देख रहे हैं कि ये लोग क्या कर रहे हैं और क्या करना चाहिए इनको। ये राम विरोधी शुरू में भी थे और आज भी हैं।
तो ये आपने एक बड़ी बात कही कि कांग्रेस एक राम विरोधी पार्टी है। अब मैं यशवंत देशमुख को इस कॉन्वर्सेशन में लाना चाहती हूँ। मोहन, आई होप you're on a more stable line, so we're able to follow your arguments a little more cogently. But Yashwant, we were talking earlier when you had just come out with the C voter opinion poll on key issues, and while unemployment was a big issue for top of the issues that people cared about in the run up to 2024, 27%, if I remember your numbers correctly, 27% of people thought that the Ram Mandir was a big issue as well. Now, the opposition found itself in a genuine bind. This is a Supreme Court verdict, but it has been very much a BJP ka mudda. If they go for an event where the BJP gets all the credit. If they don't go, they are called Ram Virodhi, as Ashwini Shahi of the BJP just did. What do you make of the decision that Sonia Gandhi has just, and the others, Mr. Kharge and Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, have just taken?
So, Barkha, you remember in that program, I also mentioned one line that, the elections in India in the last 10 years have clearly shown that you can very well win an election, defeat the BJP being pro-Muslim in India. There is no problem in that. So many chief ministers are just example of that, ranging from Mamata Banerjee to Arvind Kejriwal. But electorally speaking, it is impossible to win elections anymore in India with an anti-Hindu tag. And I can sense how BJP is going to play it up. You just listen to the BJP spokesperson, the line which they just mentioned, that ye Ram Virodhi hai. So basically, the Congress has been really fighting very hard to come out of this anti-Hindu tag that BJP has so successfully in the narrative, broad narrative, has pinned on them. And I think that unfortunately, this decision might not help them. For multiple reasons. First, I would like to reconfirm if the Congress statement said that the Congress leaders might go in their personal capacity.
But let's bring up the statement, because the statement has just come moments ago. Can I have the statement on the screen? I actually also need to read it out. Let's actually read the statement here. While abiding by the 2019 court judgment, I need the statement on screen, please. If you can have the statement on the screen so that we can read it, please. If we can have the statement up. Okay, we'll have a clarification on that, because I don't know why they're not giving me the statement. But Yashwant, go ahead and make your points while the statement comes
in
up.
case, Barkha, if the situation is like they are trying to play both the things, that people can go in their personal capacity, religion is a personal matter, but the Congress...
Yashwant, the statement is here. It doesn't say anything about that. It simply says religion is a personal matter. And it ends by saying that Mr. Kharge, Srimati Gandhi, and Shri Chaudhary have respectfully declined the invitation to attend what is clearly an RSS BJP event. It is Mohan Kumaramangalam who said if Kamal Nath wants to go in his personal capacity, he can. The statement makes no such mention. Now go ahead.
So the statement says that religion is a personal matter. Now, how it might get played up, unfortunately for them, is the question is whether these people in their personal capacity also do not wish to attend. Just saying and brushing aside that this is the BJP and RSS event might not help. Because, it's not another rally, Barkha. It's a Pran Pratishtha of a temple, that to a run temple, that to in Ayodhya. What Tavleen was trying to say, I agree with her that this might have been resulted due to some movement which was driven by the RSS, driven by the BJP leaders. It's fine, understandable. It has been a controversial issue, understandable, but that part is done and dusted. Now you are talking about a temple at Ayodhya and a Pran Pratishtha, asking or labeling that Pran Pratishtha as a BJP RSS event. That itself would be labeled as a very low level of understanding of Hindu ethos and Hindu value system in terms of temples and the worshipping. That part is going to play totally in wrong hands as far as Congress is concerned. I in the last program, Barka, we discussed this, and I had said that I hope that they go, because if they want to fight out the BJP, they have to take this thing heads on.
Yeah.
They cannot evade saying that we cannot play team B to the BJP.
Mhm.
That's how you are trying to brand yourself. You are, if
Yeah.
you will do that, that's not what Barkha happens if suppose India Alliance partners, some of them decide that okay, we are going and we are attending. What happens then? What is the message that will go around? Is that a
Yeah.
decision taken by the entire India Alliance partners on
No,
board?
I think that's the great point, and I want Mohan to come in on that because, in fact, a little later in the program, we'll play out a statement from KC Tyagi, the JDU leader, who says that he believes that anyone called with respect must attend. That we have differences with the BJP's attempt to politicize this moment, but we cannot not go. Now, Mohan, you've heard many of the comments made here. The BJP spokesperson called your party a Ram Virodhi party. Go ahead. Can't hear you, Mohan. I can't hear Mohan.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, I think we unmuted each other at the same time. So I'm saying there's not much to respond to what Mr. Ashwini said. This is the propaganda that would come. We knew it. I mean, you're
I don't know. Mohan is really having network issues today. So let me actually bring in the others
trying
at
to
this
imply
point.
that.
Mohan, you're back. Mohan, we keep losing you. Maybe you could move to a more stable
Oh,
corner.
I thought I was in a stable corner.
Okay,
Can you
okay. Go
let
ahead.
me try to
Yeah, go.
get my point across. So I
Yeah,
was saying that as far as Mr. Ashwini goes, really there's not much substantive there. This is the propaganda that they were going to come out with. They are doing that using words like Jahangir and Firoz and trying to brand us as anti-Hindu, something that the BJP has been doing since 2004. I think that I will go to what Yashwant said. He said this will not help us. He might be
yeah,
right, but I don't think this is going to hurt us either. And I'll tell you why. Because I think that they are diminishing returns to the Hindutva propaganda machine, which is basically the only thing that is going to be engineered up with this. And whether anyone in the India alliance chooses to go or not, we have made it very clear that this, the statement as you read it is simply Mr. Kharge, Mrs. Sonia Gandhi, and Mr. Adhiranjan Chaudhary replying as to why they are not interested in attending the ceremony. Now, again, they've said that they've respected everyone who's worshipping Ram. They said they abide by the Supreme Court's verdict, and maybe they will go another day to the Ram temple. But this particular event, no matter what Mr. Ashwini says, everybody in the country knows that filling up trains of people from across the country. They're taking ruts all over the country to get to Ayodhya. And all of this is being organized by the BJP. So this is very much a BJP event, a BJP RSS event.
yeah.
So I
I
mean, you're
think
not fooling
I
anybody by
can
saying otherwise.
I can understand I can understand the catch-22 moment for the Congress from a political perspective. And Tavleen, let me bring you in on that. Mohan Kumaramangala made a few points. He said, look, this is a kind of apogee moment for the Hindutva. Even the BJP is going to have to decide what happens next in terms of what is its next phase of Hindutva. This is a culmination of it. The Congress says this is a BJP event. We'll end up being a B team of the BJP. But as Ashwini Shahi said, you have now a reaction from Smriti Irani. Congress party's anti-Lord Ram faces before the nation. It is no surprise that under the leadership of Sonia Gandhi, the party that had filed an affidavit before the court that Lord Ram is a fictional character, it's no surprise that its leadership has declined the invitation to the Pran Pratishtha of the Ram temple. Under the leadership of Sonia Gandhi, the India Alliance has insulted Sanatan Dharma again and again. Mohan, that is relevant to you because your ally, the DMK, Udaynithi Stalin, made those comments against Sanatan Dharma. You may have gained nothing. I would argue the Congress may have gained nothing, Tavleen, by going for the event, but I think it damages itself by not going. It may have gained nothing by going, but I think it damages itself by not going.
I think it. I think that Prasad Mohan is wrong when he says it's entirely a BJP RSS event. I've been talking to a lot of people. I personally am not a believer in any religion really to speak of, and even for me, I found the whole thing quite sort of, it was like as if like a cultural renaissance, the beginning of something new. This goes beyond religion in my view. And when I talk to ordinary people, just they're not seeing this as a political issue. They're seeing this as an Indian issue. And those trains are not full, Mohan, of BJP workers. They can't. The Prime Minister has to appeal to people not to come to Ayodhya on the 22nd, because everyone that I know, and I'm not even, I'm close to being on the south side of the Vindhyas at the moment myself, people are really enthused by this. They see it as a vindication of an old struggle. And, it's gone beyond politics and it's gone beyond religion, in my view. And secondly, how do you explain, if you're going to be so Nehruvian socialist, what Rajiv Gandhi did? If Rajiv Gandhi says, I'm going to do Ram Rajya, and if I was advising, by the way, let me finish. If I was advising his son, I would have told him to begin his Nyaya Yatra from Ayodhya, or to take it there, to go via Ayodhya. They could have taken the wind out of the sails of the BJP if they think it's just a party event. Instead, he's going off to Manipur at the very time that all this is happening. So I think he's very ill-advised, and the Congress party is making a really crucial mistake.
That's quite a thought that Rahul Gandhi could have started his yatra from Ayodhya. Mohan, hang on. Ashwini Shahi, अभी वो नहीं जा रहे तो आप कहते हैं राम विरोधी. मान लीजिए तवलीन जी का आइडिया, तवलीन जी जैसे एडवाइजर्स होते राहुल गांधी के कोर ग्रुप में, और वो अयोध्या से शुरू करते यात्रा, तो फिर आप क्या कहते अश्विनी जी?
काश तवलीन जी की तरह अगर लोग होते तो फिर वो भगवंत मान जी का वो एक छोटी लाइन जो सबसे छोटा वाला, वो देश को सुनने को ना मिलता कि एक थी कांग्रेस, अगर होते जो जैसा आपने कहा। तो आज देखने को मिल रहा, देखिए जाने का और न जाने का, आज कुल मिलाकर मैं पहले से एक बात मैं क्लियर कर दूं, पहले भी मैंने कहा कि ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी का कोई समारोह नहीं है, ये समारोह ट्रस्ट का है, और ट्रस्ट के समारोह में जिस तरीके से पूरे देश के लोग, हर कोने के लोग जिस तरीके से बढ़ चढ़कर भाग ले रहे हैं, उस तरीके से तो देखने को मिला है कि किस नेपाल से लेकर और महाराष्ट्र तक जाकर देखिए। और मैं तो ये कहता हूं कि अगर आप वहां चले जाइए, अभी राम मंदिर नहीं बना है, फिर भी महाराष्ट्र, गुजरात, उधर तमिलनाडु, वहां के पर्यटक आकर वहां रहते हैं। तो ये एक आस्था है। और आज भव्य राम मंदिर का अगर प्राण प्रतिष्ठा का कार्यक्रम है तो इसमें सबको सहभागी होना चाहिए। अगर कोई नहीं जाता है तो उसको मैं नहीं कहता, मैंने तो कह दिया आपके चैनल पर, लेकिन इसको लोग कह रहे हैं, चाहे यहाँ पर तौलीन जी कहें या हमारे जो है जसवंत जी कहें, सब लोगों ने ये मन में जरूर माना है और कहा भी है कि ये गलत स्टेप है उनका। तो राम विरोधी कहना कि राम विरोधी, क्योंकि उन्होंने एफिडेविट उसमें दिया सुप्रीम कोर्ट में, उसके बाद कपिल सिब्बल साहब ने 2019 के चुनाव में वहां कहा कि अभी फैसला न दिया जाए। तो ये सारी बातें ये जोड़ता है कि ये लोग राम का मंदिर बनने नहीं देना चाहते थे, अटकाने भटकाने और लटकाने का काम था इनका। इसलिए आज उनका असली रूप सामने आ गया कि मंदिर आज बन रहा है, तो उस खुशी में जो सांस्कृतिक राष्ट्रवाद देश में पनप रहा है उसमें शामिल नहीं होना चाहते हैं ये लोग। इसके लिए सनातन विरोधी, क्योंकि एक बात और देखिए, तमिलनाडु में जब उठती है कि सनातन का कोई इरेडिकेट किया जाए तो वहां उसके खिलाफ कोई एक शब्द नहीं उठता है इंडिया अलायंस की तरफ से। बिहार में जब बोला जाता है तो कोई नहीं बोलता है। उत्तर प्रदेश में रामचरितमानस को जलाया जाता है, किसी ने कुछ नहीं कहा। ये सबको मिला लीजिए तो ये प्रदर्शित करता है कि कांग्रेस जो सबसे बड़ी पार्टी है, इन सभी लोगों को मिलाकर वो जो लीड करती रही है अभी तक यूपीए को, उसका असली चरित्र क्या है, वो राम विरोधी है कि नहीं है, सनातन विरोधी है कि नहीं है, तो वो सामने दिखता है और परिलक्षित होता है। जी
अब मैं यशवंत को इस बात पे रिस्पॉन्स के लिए लाना चाहती हूँ, and then I'll come to you, Mohan. Yashwant, you made a comment on our earlier program and you repeated it right now. You said in India, parties can win elections by being pro-Muslim, but you cannot win elections by being anti-Hindu. And now the anti-Hindu label is coming fast and furious. Ashwini Shahi said it. Smriti Irani has said it. You now have the BJP National Secretary saying Congress has the right to not attend the event, but they are insulting this day by calling it a BJP event, right? So there are all, I mean, the Congress has just opened its, Congress has done an Abel Mujhe Maar moment, but Mohan Kumaramanglam argues that in not attending, we may not score points, but we are not going to lose points either. You would say what?
Well, the irony of this is that the reason, the main argument of by taking this decision is we do not want to play the game of the BJP, right? But by doing so, you have exactly played the game of the BJP.
Exactly.
You have just simply walked in their trap. You said this was so damn predictable. The moment you will say, "Hum aapka game nahi khelenge, hum nahi aa rahe," and
Yeah.
there you go. That's
Yeah.
what they were waiting for. You know what would have taken them by surprise if you would have accepted that invitation. You know what would have taken them by surprise? You would have said, not only the entire CWC will attend, we will ask every Congress state president to attend the event as well. You go there with a kind of a pomp and show over there, make a spectacle out of it, and then you say, right after the Pran Pratishtha, we will start our yatra, that Bharat Jodo Yatra from Ayodhya. You would have taken the bull by the horn. But for that to do, I think, I genuinely believe, because many times people say, "Yaar tum bolte pehle ho, baad mein number survey ke aate." Yeah, because I am in that danga. I understand somehow how the public is going to react on that. So what I am saying right now, I know that public is going to react like that. I've been long enough in this profession to understand how the public is going to react to certain, trigger points, as I say. So by just saying that we are not playing your game, actually you have ended up playing their game.
So
That's
two
what-
people. Yeah. So both Tavleen and Yashwant make the point that Rahul Gandhi could have stumped, or Sonia Gandhi could have stumped the Congress, the BJP, by saying that not only are we attending, we are starting our yatra from Ayodhya on the 23rd of January. Mohan Kumar Mangalam, have you not walked into a BJP trap?
I couldn't disagree more with Tarneen or Yashwant on this. I mean, I think this is wishful thinking that if RG started his Bharat Jodo Nyaya Yatra from Ayodhya, or he went there and we took the bull by the horns, suddenly the public would view us very differently from what the BJP is trying to get them to view us as. I keep going back to the fact that this story is not new. This is merely one more milestone, one more event in their larger scheme of painting the Congress as anti-Hindu. And I think those have diminishing returns now. That strategy cannot be one that you can keep going back to try and get electoral gains. And if you are preaching to the choir beyond a point. And that's all they're doing right now. I can guarantee you, and from my perspective, none of what Yashwantji or Taveenji said, if Rahul Gandhiji had done, or if the Congress had done, you would have suddenly a major portion of the electorate that who votes for BJP because of identity politics, because of Hindutva pride, because of, as Ashwini said in Hindi, cultural nationalism, they would suddenly turn towards the Congress. In most issues, the Congress is very much on the side of civic nationalism, on the side of constitutional nationalism. Therein lies the biggest difference between us and the BJP. We are not the Aam Aadmi Party who will start doing Diwali Puja live, who will say Jai Shri, Jai Bajrangbali when they say Jai Shri Ram. There's a fundamental difference. And I think it's very important for the Congress Party to retain its identity when we're fighting that election, regardless of whether we win or lose that election also. Because otherwise, like I said, no point being BJP.
I think there's one philosophical question, Mohan, that you raised that, Tavleen, you should respond to. When Kejriwal sort of adopted this soft Hinduism, a lot of pundits said, oh, he's trying to be a Me Too version of the BJP. This is a mini Modi attempt, right? When Kamal Nath goes to mandirs, we call it Hindutva light. So in a way, what Mohan is saying is, हम करें तो फंसे, हम ना करें तो फंसे, we're damned if we do, we're damned if we don't. No choice in this is a good choice for all of you commenting on the Congress. You would say what, Tavleen?
Well, I would say that in which case, why did Rahul Gandhi go to so many temples with, pretending to be really, there we are, you can't play it both ways. You've got to decide who you are. And for me, I've been saying for a long while that the Congress Party does not know anymore what it is. Secondly, this is not just any old temple, as I keep saying to you. Ram is beyond, beyond the Hindu religion. Ram is really Imam-e-Hindustan. Ram really is a bigger figure. So when you say that I will, and also we don't even know for sure because, all our history was taken away. It's itihas, according to our own culture. the Ramayana and the Mahabharata is itihas, it was part of our history. And that wrong that was done 500 years ago, as Vidya Naipal said to me, he said, Babur was no friend of India. So if karma catches up with you a few centuries later and you break down the mosque he built, it's no big deal. So, I mean, that's my view that, this is really, people see it, ordinary people see it as the rectification of a wrong.
I want to come to Ashwini Shahi in just a moment, but I was struck by something, Yashwant. Iqbal Ansari, he was a litigant in the Babri Masjid Ram Janmabhoomi dispute, and he is going to attend. The Ram Janmabhoomi, the trust showed, I think, great instinct in going and giving him an invite personally. And I was interviewing him and I said, "आप क्यों जा रहे हैं? आपने तो मोदी पे फूलों की बौछार की, क्यों की आपने? मतलब you were an adversary in this fight." He said, "सुप्रीम कोर्ट का फैसला है, हम सब मानेंगे, सब मुसलमानों ने माना है, कहाँ मुसलमानों ने प्रोटेस्ट किया है, हम जरूर जाएंगे, ये हमारे शहर की तहजीब है." This is Iqbal Ansari, the litigant in the case. He is attending, Yashwant. He is attending.
Exactly. And one point, just because I'm a person of number, this is precisely 40 years, 2024 from 1984, the royal tally of 2 seats for the BJP after 1984 elections. 2 to 84, 84 to 184, 184 to 284, and 300 plus. If we are looking at the angle of law of diminishing return, this doesn't look like a diminishing return to me, electorally speaking. And then you look into the 400 plus seats to 50 odd seats of the Congress at this point of time. Something is royally missing somewhere in this entire understanding. And I think, while I respect their narrative, their fight on the fundamental of secularism and everything else in between, that is fine. But at this point of time, this was way beyond those normal narratives. This is one of those historic moments, historic points, which will be not just today, it's gonna continue to hurt them for a really long time. I believe it's a grave mistake.
ग्रेव मिस्टेक says यशवंत. अश्विनी जी, लेकिन जिस तरह की बयानबाजी बीजेपी की तरफ से आ रही है कुछ लीडर्स से, वो भी काफी प्रोवोकेटिव कम्युनल स्टेटमेंट्स आ रहे हैं. बीजेपी कर्नाटका का स्टेटमेंट है, विल नॉट बी सरप्राइज्ड इफ राहुल गांधी लेड नेशनल कांग्रेस डिसाइड्स टू रीबिल्ड द बाबरी मस्जिद बाय डिमोलिशिंग राम मंदिर. नाउ दिस इज आल्सो रियली लोअरिंग द डिस्कोर्स. अगर ये देश के लिए एक यूनिटी मोमेंट है तो इस तरह की बयानबाजी नहीं आनी चाहिए. आप अग्री करेंगे कि नहीं?
बरखा जी, नरसिम्हा राव जी का भी बयान इस समय याद दिलाना चाहिए कि हम बाबरी मस्जिद तामीर करेंगे. उन्होंने कहा था, ऑफिशियल स्टेटमेंट है. नरसिम्हा राव जी आज नहीं है हमारे बीच में.
लेकिन नरसिम्हा राव के खिलाफ तो आरोप ये है कि वो ही लुक्ड द अदर वे एंड अलाउड द डेमोलिशन. वो तो दोनों चीजें कही जाती है ना उनके बारे में.
अब जो भी उन्होंने कहा था, मैं एक उसकी बात कर रहा हूं, उनके स्टेटमेंट की बात कर रहा हूं. लेकिन उसके लिए माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने सभी मंत्रियों को सबको नसीहत दी और उसके बाद कोई स्टेटमेंट नहीं आएगा, क्योंकि उन्होंने कहा है कि आप कोई स्टेटमेंट दीजिए मगर एग्रेशन मत दिखाइए. स्पष्ट रूप से कहा है, पूरे देश के लिए, पूरे मंत्रियों के लिए कहा है. तो हमारे यहाँ एक अनुशासन वाली पार्टी है, कोई दूसरा बयान इस तरीके का नहीं आएगा. इक्का दुक्का कोई आ गया, वो हो सकता है कि अतिरेक में कोई कह जाता है, क्योंकि राम सबकी आस्था है, राम मर्यादा पुरुषोत्तम है, राम हमारे कण कण में है. तो लोग राम की थोड़ी सी भी कि राम को नीचा दिखाया जाए, राम के उसमें कोई ना कहे, तो अतिरेक में कोई कह जाता है, उसके लिए एक दो चल जाता है. लेकिन आगे से आप ऐसा नहीं सुनेंगी. मगर इस देश में बड़े बयानात आए हैं. उन बयानातों का अगर हम लाइन लगाएं तो आपका समय खत्म हो जाएगा कि क्या क्या बयान दिया गया है, किसके द्वारा. मैंने सिर्फ एक बयान सुनाया.
बल्कि मीडिया में अब रिपोर्ट आ रही है, द प्राइम मिनिस्टर हैज इंस्ट्रक्टेड द बीजेपी नो अग्रेसिव स्टेटमेंट्स ऑन दिस इशू. लेकिन जो बीजेपी कर्नाटका की तरफ से स्टेटमेंट आई है वो अग्रेसिव है और इन पोर टेस्ट भी है. आप उससे सहमत नहीं है? आप सहमत नहीं है? हाँ
नहीं, देखिए, ऐसा कोई स्टेटमेंट अगर आया, मैंने कहा ना कि एक आध अतिरेक में कहीं से स्टेटमेंट आ गया तो उसको जो है टेकन फॉर ग्रांटेड न लिया जाए. उसको ये देखा जाए कि भाई, मैंने कहा ना, भावनाओं से ओतप्रोत है सबके. अभी तो मोहन जी ने कहा कि हम साउथ के हैं, साउथ वालों को बड़ा खुशी है, तो खुशी कैसे है भाई? हमारा जो है, जो भी नेता है वो भी तो साउथ का है, वो भी तो कह रहा है कि राम में उसकी आस्था है, कांग्रेस की आस्था नहीं है। समाजवादी पार्टी ने देखिए आलोक जी को कह दिया कि मैं आलोक कुमार को जानता ही नहीं हूं। उनकी पत्नी कह रही है कि अगर आएगा तो हम जाएंगे, नहीं तो नहीं जाएंगे, बाद में जाएंगे। तो भाई, और किस तरीके से अखिलेश यादव, यानी कि इंडी अलायंस का मतलब है सनातन का विरोध, राम विरोध। जिस तरीके से इन लोगों ने शुरू किया है, ये लक्ष्य लेकर चले थे, लेकिन राम से बड़ा कोई नहीं है। ये उसके पहले ही देखिएगा, चुनाव से पहले तितर बितर हो जाएंगे। ये लोग एक्सपोज हो गए हैं। अभी आपके इसी पर चल रहा था एक आचार्य प्रमोद कृष्णन का, आपके टीम ने चलाया था, दिल टूट गया। उसके पहले भी एक आया था, उनका एक ट्वीट आया था कि राम के प्रति जो है, जो ये अविश्वास और राम के प्रति ये घृणा ये ले डूबेगी, इस टाइप का कुछ उनका एक और आया था। तो क्या वो कांग्रेस में नहीं है? आज आपके सभी पैनलिस्टों ने लगभग बताया कि कांग्रेस क्या गलती कर रही है। जसवंत जी तो नंबर में ही खेलते हैं, तौलीन जी जो है एक अच्छी क्रिटिक है, इतनी वरिष्ठ जो है, लेकिन फिर भी उनको एक कष्ट है कि कांग्रेस देश की पार्टी है, जहां पर सनातन संस्कृति की बात हो रही है, वहां पर उसको ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए। अयोध्या से यात्रा स्टार्ट करने, ये यात्रा है या खेल है? कहां भारत का था कि भारत को जोड़ दिया इन्होंने। और न्याय क्या, ये 56 सालों के शासन में न्याय नहीं दे पाए हिंदुस्तान को, जो न्याय यात्रा निकाल रहे हैं। ये टोटली कंफ्यूज कर रहे हैं। ये वही स्थिति है जो कहा था ए.के. एंटोनी साहब ने कि ये कांग्रेस मुस्लिम पार्टी है, और इन्हीं लोग, हमारे नेता नहीं थे वो, लोगों ने, जैसे माननीय मनमोहन सिंह जी ने कहा कि संसाधनों पर मुसलमानों का पहला हक है, उसको चरितार्थ कर रहे हैं आज। राम का जो है नहीं। और एक बात और कह के मैं अपनी बात समाप्त करता हूं, गांधी परिवार का कोई व्यक्ति आज तक राम मंदिर के दर्शनों के लिए नहीं गया है। वहीं पर हनुमान जी के दर्शन करके आ गए लोग। कोई एक गया हो तो हमें बता दिया जाए। तो
राजीव गांधी ने तो ताले खोले, वहां पे।
अच्छा, यही तो देखिए, आपके सामने तो ये नहीं कहना चाहिए कि एम पांडे जी के द्वारा वो खुला गया। राजीव गांधी जी कहाँ है उसमें? कि एम पांडे जी का नाम हम लोग भूल रहे हैं शायद।
मोहन। हाँ।
राजीव गांधी ने भूमि पूजन किया है नए मंदिर का। 1989 में जब इन्होंने अपना चुनाव प्रचार शुरू किया था, अयोध्या से किया था, भूमि पूजन करके मंदिर का। आप कैसे कह सकते हैं कि इनके कोई गए नहीं? राजीव गांधी ने ताले तो खुलवाए, उसके बाद में भूमि पूजन किया मंदिर का, और ये फिर गए हैं, शिलान्यास रखा, शिलान्यास। हाँ, अरे भाई,
तौलीन जी कौन सी जगह पे? अच्छा, नहीं, बस यही मैं, कौन सी जगह पे?
जहां मंदिर अब बन रहा है,
तो वहां तो बाबरी मस्जिद हुआ करती थी, विवादित ढांचा हुआ करता था वहां। तो क्या पूजा करने का परमिशन था वहां?
उस वक्त कोई मंदिर भी तो नहीं था ना, कोई
नहीं, विवादित ढांचा कहा गया उसको। हम ना उसको मस्जिद कहेंगे ना मंदिर कहेंगे। क्या वहां पूजा करने की, आराधना करने की स्थिति थी वहां? जी,
गए तो थे, राज्य का वादा किया तो था।
बल्कि अश्विनी जी, जब ये राजीव गांधी ने ये फैसला लिया, then he was accused of communalizing, trying to play both the Hindu vote and the Muslim vote.
उन्होंने कोशिश किया था, लेकिन वो राम की आस्था नहीं थी। उन्होंने कोशिश किया था कि ताला खुल जाए। जी।
I think Yashwant is wanting to clarify this point of history, and then I'll come to the present with Mohan. Yes, Yashwant.
This is precisely, see, what Tavleen said and the kind of discomfort that the BJP will having in that. This is precisely the point which Congress missed. To put the BJP in discomfort. This is precisely the point. And now, by giving the advantage of the not going there and the narrative war that they have facilitated now to second. But two questions which I want to ask to the Congress friend. Number one, will the Congress leaders, some of them in their personal capacity, go? Yes or no? And if they go, will the party take it a good or bad? Number one. Number two, how the India Alliance going to see it if some of their alliance partner decide to attend? Will they see it as a breakup of the ideological line that India Alliance is working on, or will they say that okay, ये उनका व्यक्तिगत आस्था का मसला है? क्या पार्टी का, फॉर एग्जांपल शिवसेना, क्या ये शिवसेना की पार्टीगत आस्था का मसला है, या शिवसेना एज ए पार्ट ऑफ इंडिया अलायंस उनका व्यक्तिगत रूप से अलग है और पार्टी के रूप से अलग?
अच्छा, ये पुरानी तस्वीरें हम दिखा रहे हैं कि राजीव गांधी ने 1986 में राम जन्मभूमि के दरवाजे खोले, लेकिन बाद में भगवान राम से दूर होती चली गई कांग्रेस। ये पुरानी हेडलाइन है। एनीवे, मोहन, आई थिंक यशवंत's questions are very relevant. What happens if a leader goes in his or her personal capacity? What happens if your allies go? And I want to play out KC Tyagi's statement right after that. Mohan, go ahead.
So my grasp on Hindi is somewhat good. It isn't as good. So I'll try and understand what Yashwantji said and say, because there's Vyaktigat, he used the word. I can't authoritatively speak for how the Congress High Command will deal with anybody in the party. But based on the statement they've made, I would draw that if someone wants to go from a personal capacity, they're more than welcome to go to that particular event. And if someone in the India alliance chooses to go, that's fine as well, because we haven't drawn the alliance based on this issue. This isn't the primary issue based on which we have come together, whether in support of or against, either which way. So the number of issues that we're talking about are all based on income inequality, unemployment, and so on and so forth. So it doesn't matter if someone in the India alliance chooses to go or not. So that is my take on it. अश्विनी जी ने राम का नाम लेते हुए इतना झूठ बोल दिया अपने स्टेटमेंट में that it's become impossible for me to stomach and not respond to him. I chose not to respond to his half lies in his first tirade, but this is a little ridiculous. It is known, and Barkha, I was hoping you would clarify that when he says that Manmohan Singh ji says that minorities have the first right on resources, he's taking a little bit of a an edit of his speech where he talked about women, where he talked about backward classes, where he talked about those who are the poor, and he added minorities.
No, I was going to respond. I was going to respond, and I'm glad you reminded me.
अश्विनी जी, ये आस्था, ये राम की तरफ जो आपकी आस्था है, राम जो सिर्फ सच बोलते थे, उनका नाम लेते हुए इतने झूठ बोलते चले जा रहे हैं आप तो राजनीतिक व्यापारी हैं।
स्टेटमेंट को देख लीजिए भाई, मुस्लिमों के लिए कहा है या नहीं कहा है, ये सबके सामने है।
अरे भगवान के नाम में व्यापार करना बंद करिए।
अच्छा, अश्विनी शाही, द एक्यूरेट स्टेट, एक मिनट, the accurate statement is that Dr. Manmohan Singh did refer to minorities along with a host of other marginalized groups, in which he also included women. That is the accurate historical point. I don't need to look it up. I think it's good that Mohan reminded me. I should have intervened at that time, but things are happening so quickly. I want to play out KC Tyagi's statement. We're talking about the India alliance, and Yashwant raised the very important point. Mohan, you said, I don't know what position of the party will take if individual leaders go. But the A.K. Antony report, also a leader from Kerala, from the south of the Vindhyas, said that one of the problems was that the Congress was perceived to be anti-Hindu. Now, KC Tyagi, a Lohiite, right? A Ram Manohar Lohia acolyte. We asked him, does he think Mrs. Gandhi should go? And this is what he said. Listen in, and then I'll get last comments from all of you.
Committee to Social Justice, yes.
Okay. Finally, 22 जनवरी को राम मंदिर का कॉन्सेक्रेशन सेरेमनी है। आपने कहा कोई ऐसा गांव नहीं जहां बीजेपी के वर्कर्स, आरएसएस के वर्कर्स ना पहुंचे हों चावल बांटने के लिए, उसकी चर्चा करने के लिए। मुझे ये बताइए, बहुत डिबेट चल रहा है किसको इनवाइट किया, किसको जाना चाहिए, किसको नहीं जाना चाहिए, इस पे आपकी क्या राय है?
देखिए, मेरे हाथ में एक किताब है बरखा जी, मैं चाहता हूँ इसका फोटो
एक मिनट, ये तस्वीरों से हम निकले तो हम आपकी किताब भी देख पाए। एक मिनट, कैन वी? हाँ जी, दिखाइए प्लीज, दिखाइए किताब। हाँ जी, क्या लिखा है?
ये है डॉक्टर राम मनोहर लोहिया
जी जी जी,
जो सारे देश के सोशलिस्टों के आदि पुरुष है
जी।
इन्होंने लिखा है राम कृष्ण और शिव
जी,
और दूसरा लिखा है रामायण मेला। हम राम को अपना आराध्य मानते हैं। राम हमारी भारतीय संस्कृति के वाहक हैं। वो साम्राज्यवादी नहीं है। वो बाली को हरा करके सुग्रीव को राज देते हैं। वो रावण को हरा करके उसके भाई को राज देते हैं। वो अपनी पत्नी के लिए इतने विचलित हैं कि साधारण आदमी की तरह से रोते गाते हैं। कृष्ण भिन्न है। राम रोते, कृष्ण रोते नहीं है। वो सफलताएं प्राप्त करते हैं, लेकिन वृंदावन में भी जयराम जी की होती है और अयोध्या में जय कृष्ण जी नहीं होती, उनकी मर्यादाओं की वजह से। उनके मंदिर का निर्माण सुप्रीम कोर्ट के आदेश के बाद हुआ है
जी।
भारतीय जनता पार्टी उसको अपनी पार्टी का कार्यक्रम बनाने में लगी हुई है, जो गलत भी है, अनुचित भी है और भगवान श्री राम की मर्यादा के खिलाफ।
लेकिन आपने खुद ही कहा कि ये सुप्रीम कोर्ट के वर्डिक्ट के बाद हो रहा है, जो भी हो रहा है। तो अगर तो जो इनविटेशन अगर जिसको जाता है उनको अटेंड तो करना चाहिए फिर, क्योंकि ये बीजेपी का इनविटेशन नहीं है, तो सुप्रीम कोर्ट
मैं इस राय का हूं, मैं और मेरी पार्टी और मेरा नेता इस राय का है, अगर वहां से रेस्पेक्टफुली किसी को बुलाया जाता है तो प्राण प्रतिष्ठा में जाकर के जो इंडियन ट्रेडिशंस हैं उनको रिच करना चाहिए जी। राम के खिलाफ बयान देने से अगर वोट बढ़ती हैं तो कोई हमसे बहस कर ले, और पूरे देश में कोई भी, इवन द मुस्लिम्स, मैं सैल्यूट करता हूं फारूक अब्दुल्ला को, जिसने कहा कि वो खाली हिंदुओं के राम नहीं है, वो हमारे भी हैं, इमाम हिंद है।
Taveen, this is the point that you were making. K.C. Tyagi, as a socialist, is saying that if someone is called, please do go. Please do go. Last comments. Let's start with Tableen. Yeah.
Okay. Just on the side note, Farooq Abdullah sings a Ram bhajan better than almost anybody I've ever heard sing, and the most beautiful one. I just want to say one thing. The Congress party has shot itself in the foot.
Yeah.
Shot itself in the foot.
That's a big statement, Mohan. Are you limping because you shot yourself in the foot?
I would say the Congress party is standing tall for a change and actually living by the ideas that were set out for us when we started the party to begin with. And I know Tavleen ji said that I wasn't old enough when Rajiv Gandhi ji opened the locks to the gates for the worshippers of Ram. There were locks to the gates of the temple. But I will say that I am a student of history, and I'm not one who actually supported that decision or will ever support that decision. I think that's why I said it's a return to Nehruvian secularism. And playing the B team of BJP, playing on their field, is never going to get us the returns electorally or otherwise.
Ashwini ji, last comments. Ashwini ji.
देखिए बरखा जी जो है ये राजीव गांधी जी का मैंने अभी देखा है, फैक्ट चेक भी आया है कि वो उस समय इस कान के लोगों से रूस के कुछ जो भगवत गीता का एक वो था, वो किताब ले रहे थे जो रसियन में था। ये फैक्ट चेक है, करीब पूरे उस पर पड़ा हुआ है, सोशल मीडिया पर पड़ा, और ये मैं गूगल की बात कर रहा हूँ, गूगल मेरे सामने, वहीं से मैंने निकाला है, कोई मेरा कुछ नहीं है। और दसियों मैंने चेक किया कि राजीव गांधी जी 89 के इलेक्शन के पहले भूमि पूजन की घोषणा किए थे, लेकिन उससे उन्होंने दूरी बनाकर रखा था। ये फैक्ट चेक में आया है, बाकी मेरी तरफ से कुछ नहीं है। अगर मैं गलत बोल रहा हूं तो आप लोग फैक्ट चेक कर लें। तो ये राम विरोधी पार्टी का असली रूप सामने आ गया है, और सबको मैं तो कह रहा हूं, यहाँ मैं एक राम सेवक के नाते मैं सबसे कह रहा हूं कि 22 जनवरी को तो वहां पर भीड़ ज्यादा है, कम लोगों को बुलाया गया, लेकिन उसके बाद आप लोग जाकर, आस्था का प्रश्न है, सब लोग जाएं, ज्यादा बढ़िया रहेगा। यहाँ हम लोग पार्टी हित से उठकर ऊपर सोचने की बात करें तो ज्यादा अच्छा है।
यशवंत, one minute. Yashwant, Neerja Chaudhary in her latest book recounts a story where Narasimha Rao tells Nikhil Chakravarti, who's his friend and a senior journalist, I can fight the BJP, but I can't fight Lord Ram. Nikhil Chakravarti is asking him, why did you look the other way when the masjid was demolished? And he says, don't try and teach me politics. I can fight the BJP, but I can't fight Lord Ram. She goes on to say that Rao had toyed with the idea, it didn't happen eventually, of setting up a trust to actually build a mandir. So, there has been that phase of the Congress. There is the phase of the Congress that Mohan calls Nehruvian secularism. There is the Rajiv Gandhi phase. Ashwini questions it, but we will check this, Ashwini ji. मुझे जहां तक अपनी हिस्ट्री याद है, राजीव अनलॉक्ड डेफिनेटली शिलान्यास और जो लॉक्स खुले थे वो राजीव गांधी के हाथ से हुए थे. एंड इंदिरा गांधी, there are fascinating stories about the relationship between Indira Gandhi and the RSS who preferred her at a time over Vajpayee. This too is in Neerja's book. So last word to you, Yashwant Deshmukh.
For a change, I will dump election and politics in a dustbin right now as my last word, Barkha. Any society with deep rooted conflicts and differences of history, they can move towards peace only with truth and reconciliation. I think this date is a huge historic mandate in the direction of truth and reconciliation. If you will deny this, importance to this particular date and this particular happening, I guess that you are still opening up or still not trying to open up the window to that truth of historical injustices and the reconciliation which would pave the path for a peaceful coexistence within India. I think it is an important step in that direction, and I hope everybody, all inclusive, could be a part of it. Politics and electoral politics notwithstanding.
I think what Yashwant is saying is that this should have been a moment of a unity day, as it were, a moment of coming together. Old wounds. There have been fault lines in these issues. Let's not deny that. Let's not gloss over those fault lines. But I think in that we can take a leaf out of Iqbal Ansari's book, who was a litigant in this case and today has said the Supreme Court has delivered its final word. Now, as a citizen of Ayodhya, I'm getting ready to welcome all of you. I will be there. The Congress, our panel believes, has made a grave mistake, with the exception of Mohan Kumar Manglam, who believes that the Congress is returning to its original ideological moorings. The jury is out on that one. Thank you very much, Mohan Kumar Manglam, Ashwini Shahi, Davleen Singh, and Yashwant Deshmukh. And thank you to our audience for watching.
Mojo Story has always made a commitment to its viewers to go to where the story is. And as you can see here, we are at the epicenter of the Israel war on Gaza. We are right at the front line, about 1 mile from the Gaza Strip, as the Israeli military gets ready with its tanks and its gunners to begin its final frontal assault that will take troops into Gaza. As we said, we are not like other organizations. We believe in giving you all sides of the story objectively and as much as possible from the ground. And that's exactly what we're doing here, covering the biggest global story today from the epicenter of the war zone. So please, we need your support. Support us, become a Mojo member, subscribe to us, spread the word, and thank you for your support.